This way, you safeguard your well-being while still valuing the friendship. As Aristotle put it, true freedom is not in doing whatever we want, but in doing what we ought. When you define and honor your limits, you feel lighter and can focus your energy on what truly matters. Maybe you shared an idea you were excited about, only to be met with criticism or indifference. Suddenly, your confidence wavers. You start questioning your worth. But why do other people's opinions carry so much weight? Seeking approval is natural, but it's like chasing a shadow. You'll never catch it. True emotional freedom comes when you stop allowing others' judgments to dictate your self-worth. Every person sees the world through their own experiences and insecurities. What they say about you is a reflection of them, not an absolute truth. When you worry too much about their opinions, you hand them control over your emotions. But your value is non-negotiable. It's not up for debate. If someone criticizes an outfit you love, remember, that's just their perspective, not an objective fact. As Epictetus wisely said, if you want to improve, be prepared to be thought foolish. Detachment is power of the opinion. Why does this affect me? Does this person's view truly matter? Are they someone you respect? The more you know yourself, the less external judgments can shake you. Anger flares. Your heart pounds. The urge to react is overwhelming. But have you ever considered silence as a response? Silence is not weakness. It's self-mastery. Choosing not to react allows you to maintain your inner peace. Instead of fueling an argument or justifying yourself, you retain control over the situation. Imagine someone publicly trying to humiliate you. You could argue, lash out, or simply remain silent. By withholding a reaction, you strip them of their power. Without fuel, their fire dies out. Think of silence as a shield. It deflects attacks without pulling you into unnecessary conflict. Here's how to use it effectively. If you do respond, do so calmly and with purpose. Silence doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means choosing when and how to express them wisely. Before responding to provocation, ask yourself, will this help or make things worse? Often, silence speaks louder than words. Everyone has had those days when nothing goes right and frustration mounts. It's easy to think, why does everything have to be so difficult? But what if you shifted your focus to what's good instead? Gratitude is the antidote to anger. You can't hold both emotions at the same time. When you focus on what's going right, anger loses its grip. As Cicero said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. By practicing gratitude, you develop patience, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for what truly matters. A simple habit. At the end of each day, list 3 things you're grateful for. Even small things count. This practice shifts your perspective over time. For example, if someone gives you negative feedback, instead of reacting with anger, ask, what can I learn from this? I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse. It means consciously deciding where to invest your energy. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and that perspective is powerful. Criticism can be uncomfortable, but if approached with an open mind, it becomes a valuable tool for growth. Instead of seeing it as an attack, view it as an opportunity to learn. When someone points out a flaw in your work, instead of getting defensive, ask yourself, what can I take from this? A shift in mindset turns criticism from an obstacle into a catalyst for improvement. Not all criticism is useful, though. Here's how to handle it wisely. Don't respond impulsively. Is the critique coming from someone whose opinion you respect? Even harsh feedback may contain valuable insight. If a relative disapproves of your life choices, instead of reacting angrily, respond with maturity. Criticism then becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Epictetus said, no person is free who is not master of themselves. Use criticism as a bridge to self-improvement, not a barrier to confidence. Imagine holding a burning coal, waiting to throw it at someone who hurt you. But while you wait, the coal only burns your hand. Anger and resentment work the same way. They harm you more than the person you're holding them against. True strength isn't in clinging to pain, but in knowing when to release it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or excusing bad behavior. It means freeing yourself from the emotional weight of the past. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Think about a workplace scenario where someone takes credit for your idea. You could stew over the injustice, or you could move forward without letting it define you. Your worth isn't based on others' recognition, but on your own sense of self. A famous saying goes, "When I let go of who I am, I become what I might be." Letting go means embracing uncertainty, accepting imperfection, and abandoning the need for control. Letting go is like releasing a balloon. There's initial resistance, but once you let it drift away, you feel lighter. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not be troubled by things outside your control. The next time anger or regret weighs you down, ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace over? Most of the time, the answer is no. Releasing what can't be changed isn't weakness, it's wisdom. True peace is always within reach. You just have to allow yourself to embrace it. Think back to a time when a single hurtful comment, a dismissive gesture, or an unexpected criticism completely shifted your mood. It's frustrating, isn't it? One moment, you're feeling fine, confident, steady, maybe even happy. Then suddenly, someone's words or actions throw you into a spiral of anger, sadness, or self-doubt. It happened to all of us. But here's the truth. No one has the power to control your emotions unless you give them permission. Now, imagine what it would be like to go through your day in complete emotional control. Imagine a level of calm so deep that no insult, no criticism, and no external event could shake you. That kind of unshakable peace isn't just a fantasy. It's a skill you can develop. In this video, I'll share 10 Stoic principles that will help you master your emotions, stop reacting on impulse, let go of anger, and regain control over your feelings. But let's be clear, Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or becoming cold and indifferent. Instead, it's about understanding them, managing them wisely, and refusing to let them dictate your actions. By the end of this, you'll know how to face criticism without losing your composure, set healthy boundaries, without free yourself from grudges and past resentment. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Like this content, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing, but it helps us out tremendously. Let go of the need to always be right. Think about the last time you argued with someone. Maybe it was a minor disagreement about the best route to take, or a serious debate with a friend or partner. In that moment, didn't it feel crucial to prove you were right? As if your entire sense of self depended on it? This need to be right isn't just about logic. It's about ego and insecurity. We often feel that being contradicted threatens our identity. But ask yourself, will winning this argument bring me peace or just more tension? When you cling too tightly to your perspective, you create unnecessary conflict. But when you let go of that attachment, you gain freedom. It's not about abandoning your principles. It's about choosing peace over ego. The next time someone makes an unfair accusation or challenges your opinion, pause and ask yourself, is proving them wrong worth my time and energy? More often than not, the answer is no. True strength isn't about dominating a conversation. It's about staying calm and wise through it. Challenge for you. Next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, ask, do I want to be right? Or do I want to be at peace? Stop letting other people define you. Have you ever been excited about something? Maybe a new idea, a personal goal, or a creative project, only to have someone make a dismissive remark that instantly crushes your confidence? Why does this happen? Because we often give other people's words too much power over how we feel about ourselves. If you let external approval dictate your worth, you become fragile. Every criticism can lift you up or tear you down. But when you build your confidence from within, no opinion, good or bad, can shake your foundation. The next time someone criticizes you, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this just their opinion? Or does it reveal something useful? Does this comment define me? Or can I let it go? Often, criticism says more about the critic than about you. People project their own fears, frustrations, and biases onto others. When you recognize this, you free yourself from the prison of external validation. Practice this. Every time someone's words shake your confidence, remind yourself, their opinion is just noise. My value comes from within. Realize that you have total control over your reactions. Picture this. You're having a great day. Everything feels smooth until someone cuts you off in traffic, makes a rude comment, or ignores you when you're speaking. Suddenly, frustration takes over. You think, why did they have to ruin my day? But here's the truth. No one can ruin your day without your permission. It might feel like external events dictate your emotions, but in reality, it's your reaction that determines how you feel. Every frustration, every burst of anger, it's all a choice. Think of a chaotic, noisy city. There's honking, people shouting, endless distractions. But if you wear noise-canceling headphones, the noise is still there. You just don't let it in. That's what mastering your emotions feels like. The world will always be messy, but you decide whether to let it disrupt your peace. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there's a small space. In that space lies your power. When you become aware of your emotions, you realize they don't have to dictate your behavior. You can feel something without reacting impulsively. Stop expecting people to act like you would have you ever thought, I would never do that to someone. Only be shocked when someone else does? We get frustrated when people don't behave as we expect. We assume others should share our values, our level of kindness, our sense of responsibility. But people act based on their own experiences, not our expectations. Try and control how others behave is like trying to stop the wind. No matter how much effort you put in, it will always follow its own path. Instead of wasting energy on frustration, shift your mindset. Lower your expectations of others. Not in a cynical way, but in a way that protects your peace. Accept that people act according to who they are, not who you wish they were. Stop taking it personally. Their actions are a reflection of them, not you. As Shakespeare said, expectation is the root of all heartache. When you let go of unrealistic expectations, you free yourself from constant disappointment. The next time someone upsets you, pause and was it realistic to assume they'd act that way instead of changing them? How can I change my reaction? Acceptance doesn't mean allowing toxic behavior. It means refusing to let other people's flaws steal your peace. Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about learning to navigate them intelligently. When you stop reacting impulsively, stop seeking external validation, and stop expecting others to behave a certain way, you become calm, unshakable, and truly free. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's a small action that helps us a lot. Now, take a deep breath, choose peace, and let nothing disturb your inner calm. Imagine a day filled with commitments. Then, someone asks you for a favor they could easily handle themselves, or a coworker drops a last-minute task on your plate. Frustration builds, yet you still say yes. But why is it so difficult to say no? Protecting your peace requires setting boundaries. Saying yes to everything means saying no to yourself. If you constantly give without considering your own limits, burnout is inevitable. Establishing boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-respect that also nurtures healthier, more balanced relationships. People can't read your mind. If you don't clearly communicate your limits, they will likely be crossed, often unintentionally. Expressing what is and isn't acceptable preserves your inner peace and ensures smoother relationships. For example, if a friend regularly calls late at night for advice, disrupting your rest, try saying, I'd love to help, but I need to get some sleep. Can we talk tomorrow?